Hello, everybody. Today what we're talking about is success, money, and women, and beautiful women in particular. We are talking about, how to really attract women outside of your success and money. So do you feel like you have, an issue in terms of, you're a successful guy, done well financially, you got good stuff going on in other areas of life, but it's like, you're dating some women, or seeing some women, or maybe even hooking up with some women or whatever. And it just never gets to that point where you really are connecting it in seeing this woman, or goes into a relationship. She seems to flake out or ghost out, or she's seeing other people and you can't hook her interest. And you also, have this sense that you're kind of not doing things right in terms of attraction and connection, right? With the women that you want. And so I'm going to share 4 tips today to help you with this very specific problem that so many guys struggle with, that successful guys struggle with, right? And so please do leave comments below, like, share, do all that stuff. And love to hear from you guys in the comments as always. And so again, I'm David Hamilton with Core of Confidence, of course. Confidence attraction expert, coach, right, for successful guys who struggle in their love life, entrepreneurs, high income professionals, guys like that. And so because it's a unique set of problems, exactly what we're talking about here today, that you guys struggle with, okay, that other guys don't, when they don't have success nailed down necessarily. So so again, you're going on dates, even maybe you're trying to make online dates work, maybe you're actually meeting women in person, but you just feel like something's up, something's not quite right, you're not dialing it in. You see guys that have less money or even other guys that might, be successful, whatever, and they're dialing in, but because you've got freaking cash. You're not lacking in that area, right? And in success, and not only, it's not just about that, but you got success. You like what you do in your career or your business, and you feel you help people and serve people, right? And working with teams, all this kind of stuff, right? There's something you love about what you do. You're good at what you do, right? As well, it goes hand in hand with this, right? And you just are having a hard time dialing in with the women that you want, beautiful inside and out women. You're 9 out of 10 woman, right? And so let's dive in here. Let's talk about this. So first thing I want to talk about is, so many guys, and I see these comments all the time, are focusing on, I see it's money, it's money, it's money, it's money. And typically also those are guys that don't have money, right? Because they think they're just blaming it on the money. Now, here's the deal. Money attracts women in a certain way for a certain type of thing, but as you know, you don't really get what you want. So you have to rely on your charisma and personality instead of your money to attract women, okay? And so there's a common misnomer out there that I'm just how I am, my personality, she should just like me for me. It's not true. I'm not saying you don't have great things about you, but if what you are doing isn't working, you're not attracting via your personality, and that is shiftable and changeable, okay? And you have to change the things that aren't working. I'm gonna get into that, to the next reason, one major thing, by the way. And anyone who says any different doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, or they're frustrated, jaded, bitter. I've given up on women, right? There's all this stuff out there that's like crazy terms like total forced loneliness, guys that have made the choice when they don't have to make that choice. I know that's not you, right? But guys that get in that kind of headspace are kind of like like hardcore feminists or man haters. These guys become women haters, like all women are bad. And look, we've all been through stuff, and I get it, but that's just too extreme, right? You're never going to get success with women, and deep down they probably want to be with a beautiful woman. They absolutely do, I know it. But they've gone such into this state of where they're checked out, right? And they're blaming it again on money and other things, or they'll even blame it on looks, right? But again, the funny thing that, excuse me, I got some water. It's dry and snowing here today in Denver. It's beautiful, but it's very dry. So they are just delusional, basically, and checked out on this stuff. But I don't hear looks, like hardly at all. I hear money, 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 money. but you guys know that it's not working for you. It gets you some attention in this, but it's not really her liking you for you, right? So those elements need to shift. I'm going to talk about a major one here in a second, right? And see, guys, you have to face up to this. A lot of guys don't want to face up to, oh, it's something about them, right? That they're doing, because like I always say, the common point of attraction in all your relationships is, guess what? It's not these different women, it's you, right? It's you, okay? So here's the number one reason. And so why a lot of guys, successful guys, struggle with this, even if they're able to carry a conversation, be nice, be friendly, be cool, right? And just be kind of normally cool. The number one reason is because you're probably not, most likely, being flirtatious enough. You're not generating attraction by being flirtatious, by being a flirt. You've got to be flirting more, okay? That's really the number one reason, if things are just way too friendly and too, just boring. It's just boring as hell for her. And actually, if you take a look, it's probably boring for you. And you can't look to the women to generate that flirtatiousness. And some guys will probably even get flirted with women. You know who I'm talking to when you're out there. But you're either not aware of it, and so you can't flirt back, or you just don't know what to do, right? So you freak out, or you get in your head too much, right? And for those of you guys who are flirtatious, right, to some degree, usually you play it safe, right, with the women you really, really like. And so the whole thing feels different to her, right? And so if you don't flirt and create that kind of chemistry excitement with her, then this whole thing falls apart, and you just don't get what you want, okay? So really important to be more flirtatious, right? And I know some of you probably are hiding behind work, or and maybe you're really busy, right? I know a lot of you guys are busy, but again, you got to prioritize this stuff. So usually that's an excuse. Well, I'm too busy, I can't, blah, blah, blah. If you're not getting out there and you're not currently on the scene or dating that much, or you're hiding behind the app and you're swiping or sending messages, but you're either not getting matches or not getting matches with women you want, and they don't look like their pictures and that stuff, right? Because number one tenet, always got to get out there and be meeting women socially when you first meet them, not after the app, if you want to get in front of higher quality women, plain and simple, right? I had a huge conversation with clients last night about that, okay? So now, how do you know absolutely that you are this guy, other than what I've just said? Well, it's pretty simple, right? How much are you paying for things? Are you paying for everything? Paying for most of things? And if you're doing that, buying dinner, buying drinks, look, some of you guys are buying boob jobs for women. You might be buying cars and really fancy necklaces and stuff, right? For women that you're dating, and you're not even sure about the commitment. Or you're together, or kind of together, but she doesn't really treat you with respect. She doesn't treat you that well. And you'll even see things like, that the affection, the attraction, the sex comes with when you're spending a bunch of money. That's how you know that you're caught up in this trap, okay, of using your success and money with women. And so, tied to that is, your filter is configured in this way. And so if you see that she's into you because you're providership, because women will absolutely, right? It's called marriage too, by the way, right? And what it tends up happening is there are women that don't really care about money too much, okay? That much, it doesn't even factor in. Then there are women that care about it, and they really care about a guy being ambitious and stuff, and being able to take care of himself, right, and doing what he wants to do and take care of his end, right, and be able to contribute. Then there are the women that only really they're really looking for money when they want to settle down, but then they might hook up with other guys on the side, right? Obviously, we don't want those women. And these other kind of category of women you want, and actually you kind of do want a woman who's kind of has some concern about money, because you want some woman who's financially smart. Because sometimes women, when they don't care about money, they might spend it frivolously and not care, but not like these women over here, like the gold digger, success digger women. But they may not be on the same page. So if you are successful, they're actually going to try to pull you down and be less successful. So that's something you got to watch out for. And I know you guys have experienced that, right? So it's like these middle women that you can repel by being way too money focused, okay? And not charisma, personality, flirtatiousness focused. All right. And so that's, you know, that's really a crux of this thing here, because, you know, truth be told, of course, that providership plays into it to some degree. But if you lead with that, she just can't be attracted to you. Okay, it's like wired into her. It's both wired and conditioned, but certainly wired in. Okay, like biologically. So again, you know, what we're talking about here is, right, when you are, and this is a lot of this too is for the guy who is kind of seeing women right now, right, and just not, obviously it's not the guy that I'm talking about in this workshop who doesn't get any, isn't dating at all, really. If you are not dating at all, then you've got to kind of come across the line here and prioritize this stuff first, start getting out there more. And so there's other stuff that's coming your way, of course, too. I you know, I help this all you guys here. But if you are finding you're not getting the results and you're too focused on your success and this and that and bling bling and blah blah blah, you're attracting women, but you're not attracting them in the right way and for the right things and for the right things long term, right? And so what I want to share with you also is, you know, if you're really struggling with this stuff and dialing this in, successful guy, entrepreneur, high income professional, right? And you want help dialing this in, you have the kind of problems that I'm talking about here. It's just driving you crazy, right? You can be even seeing women casually or more seriously, and it just, you're not getting the respect, the affection, and could even be sexually what you want, because you can tell she's just kind of going through the motions. Then invite you to comment below with the word call, C-A-L-L, just call, and we can set up a free breakthrough call for you, talk about what's working, what's not, and talk about what you really want to achieve, what your personal vision is, customize that for you, appropriate steps, and really map out a plan to help you solve this stuff once and for all, okay? And, you know, that's it, pretty simple there, you know, to help you out with this. And again, what we talked about today was, you know, having this issue of attracting women for the wrong reasons. You know, the first thing that I said is you're relying too much on money, not charisma, not personality. Second thing, narrowing that, not being flirtatious enough when you are on dates with women and going out. And then how do you know if you're this guy? Third thing I talked about, well, quite simply, if you're paying for like everything and really most everything and you feel like you need to, then you're really caught up in this, right? And you've got to watch and filter for these women in those kind of three categories I talked about: the ones who don't care at all, the ones who care but it's not the main thing, and of course the ones that are gold diggers, success diggers, which are really quite small, because the women will lead with, they'll follow your lead, right? And you can filter those women out naturally by not, you know, going money focus, money focus, money focus, blah, 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 blah. Now, it can be a hard habit to break as well. So that's why I offer the breakthrough call to really help you, because it can be a lot of psychological, literally reconditioning that we may have to do, may not, that we can talk about on that breakthrough call as well. So just comment below call, and we can have a little chat about setting up a breakthrough call to map out a plan for you to deal with this stuff, to solve it, to get what you want in terms of dating, relationships with the women you want, okay? And again, it's David Hamilton with Core Confidence, confidence, attraction, dating expert for successful men. And until next time, short and sweet today, we will see you. Bye-bye.